A mí it's very simple, really. It's nothing complicated. A mí me, ... By the way, it's an incomplete phrase. You have to add more to it to use it, but pretty common. It's pretty common. A mí me is similar to saying I. Just I. It's a different way to say yo. Yo in Spanish means I, of course. But in every language we have, in every language there's like different ways to say the same thing. So Spanish is not the exception. If you want to say yo, I, that's fine. But sometimes you will hear a mí me. And sometimes you have to use me instead of yo. Okay? So it's good to learn these things, these little phrases, because it will help you understand Spanish better, and you can obviously use it in Spanish. A mí me means I, but it's an incomplete I. You need to add more to it. Yo it could be used by itself, and also to add more. You can add more to yo. Yo como rápido. I eat fast. Okay? Whereas a mí me, if you don't say anything after it, it's like a mí me what? Right? A mí me what? Okay. So now that we know the meaning, let's see some examples. Okay. A mí me gusta. You probably, if you're familiar with Spanish, you probably know that a mí me works really well with the verb gustar, which means to like. So a very common thing to say in Spanish as well is a mí me gusta. But there's also other verbs that you can use with a mí me, okay? So let's look at this example. A mí me gusta viajar. A mí me gusta viajar. We have two verbs, gusta and viajar, okay? So this means I like to travel, or I like traveling. Same thing. I like to travel, I like traveling. A mí me gusta viajar, okay? So essentially, right here, if we break this down, we're saying a mí me, I, gusta, well, a mí me is I, sorry. Gusta, like, viajar, to travel or traveling, okay? So very simple. You have a mí me, and then you add a verb, and then you can add another verb. So this verb is in an infinitive form, viajar, which means my arrows are always terrible, so get used to it. Viajar means to travel. It is in an infinitive form, so you don't have to conjugate it. Just you leave the verb as is. And this one is conjugated in this way. A mí me gusta. So essentially you just remove the R from the verb, okay? So that's supposed to be an R. But yeah, so gustar means to like. If you want to use gustar with a mí me, then remove the letter R, and then you have a conjugation there. And you're saying, a mí me gusta. I like ... viajar, traveling. Okay? So very simple, not complicated. A mí me means I like, and then if you add gusta, means I like. Okay? And then you can add, whatever other verb you want. I mean, if you like reading, you can say, a mí me gusta leer. Okay? I like to read or reading. Okay? Same thing. A mí me gusta leer. A mí me gusta correr. I like to run. or I like running. Okay, so very simple. That's the formula right there. A mí me gusta, and then you add whatever verb you want. So that's one important thing for sure. Let's look at another example. By the way, remember the accent mark on top of the letter I, because me means me. Like, you know, it sounds confusing, but me, this is in Spanish. Well, I don't think you can see it. Hang on a second. Okay. This one right here, me means me. Okay? Right here. Me means me. If you remove the accent mark, then means my. Okay? So if you like to have good grammar, I suggest not forgetting the accent mark on top of the letter I. Okay, perfect. Now, very common to say a mí me gusta, right? But you can use different verbs with a mí me. Okay, a mí me. So you can say, oh, by the way, before I forget, sorry, there's a short form to say the same thing here. So when you say a mí me, it's like emphasizing that you know, you or I in this case. A mí me, and then that's like emphasizing I. But you sometimes will hear just this part here. Me gusta correr. Without the a mí part. Okay? And that's also correct. So there's two different ways to say it. A mí me gusta correr or me gusta correr. Okay, so it's up to you what you want to use, of course. Both versions are correct, but people use a mí a lot because they're emphasizing that, you know, in this situation, I like to run. Okay, or me in this situation because me means me. Okay, anyways, let's move on. Let's look at the second example. A mí me disgusta viajar. A mí me disgusta viajar. Before we had here viajar. Me gusta viajar. A mí me gusta viajar, and it means I like to travel or traveling, right? Now, you can use a mí me to say that you don't like something as well if you use the verb disgustar. Disgustar, this verb right here, this verb here means to dislike. Disgustar. Once again, just like we did with gustar, we just removed the letter R from the verb, and then you can add a mí me before, and there you have it. You have a conjugated verb for the phrase a mí me, or the personal pronoun I, right? So, a mí me disgusta viajar. You know what viajar means? Viajar means to travel. So let's just reveal the translation. I dislike traveling. That's what this phrase means. So just keep in mind that you can use a mí me to say that you like things or you dislike things. Okay? So you have a choice. You have more than one choice. You have many choices. A mí me works with many different verbs other than gustar. So it's very good to know that, so you know how to use a mí me. A mí me. It sounds like I'm saying one word, but it's actually three. A mí me. A mí me gusta viajar. A mí me disgusta viajar. Okay? It's like I'm saying anime, but it's not anime. I'm saying a mí me. Okay? So that's good to know. That's definitely good to know. You have two options there. Now, I know that the title says and more. So the more part is when you want to say, for example, you like traveling or he likes traveling, using this kind of phrase. A mí me is just I, okay? But how about you like traveling? Do you like traveling? Okay? So you can even use it to ask questions as well. So in this situation, a mí me means, or right now we're learning a mí me, and it means I. Now let's learn the next one.